You know that feeling? You've got a bit of time, maybe waiting for something, or it's just a quiet afternoon, and you're just scrolling, thinking, okay, seriously, what can I do right now?
Oh yeah, that feeling. The universal quest to just fill a few minutes, banish that mild boredom.
Exactly. And the source material we're digging into today, it seems perfect for this.
It really does. We're looking at excerpts from something called Hilarious Ways to Waste Time.
Sounds promising, right? So our mission in this deep dive is to unpack these suggestions. The source calls them a little silly, but hilarious and surprisingly engaging.
Yeah, let's see what we find. Maybe some actual fun ideas, maybe just pure silliness.
Or a bit of both.
Yeah.
What I find interesting is how the source really leans into simple, like really low-stakes stuff.
hmm It's not about achieving anything big, is it? It's more about finding some, I don't know, genuine amusement in the everyday, or maybe the slightly absurd.
Okay, let's get into the 10 ideas the source outlines. First up, taking a walk using Google Street View, but somewhere you don't know at all.
Right. And the source adds this specific little detail, muttering things to yourself while you do it.
Like what?
Like, where am I? Apparently, just acting lost kind of adds this playful layer to it. Makes it more immersive, maybe?
Huh. I like that.
Right.
Turning digital wandering into like solo improv. Okay, idea number 2 from the source, having a funny face contest with yourself in the mirror.
Okay, but the key thing the source points out here is you have to do it seriously.
Seriously, pulling funny faces.
Yeah, the commitment to looking ridiculous, that's apparently what makes you crack up. You're sort of deliberately making yourself self-aware in this funny way.
Okay. I feel like I just feel awkward, but the source says serious is the key. All right, number 3 sounds fun. Trying tongue twisters and recording yourself.
And they give an example in the source, a Japanese one. Namamugi nama gome nama tamago.
Oh, wow. What's that?
It means raw wheat, raw rice, raw egg. The source basically says you will mess it up, and that's the point. Listening back is part of the joke.
I can just imagine the sounds. Okay, idea 4. This one sounds potentially a bit hazardous. Walking around a room you know well, but blindfolded, just from memory.
Yeah, the source is pretty clear. You'll probably bump into stuff, maybe yell,
Certainly.
ouch.
Sounded great.
They claim it's strangely addictive. The source seems to hint it's about engaging your spatial memory, your physical senses, in a way you just don't normally. Kind of thrilling, maybe.
Strangely addictive, despite the bruises.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued. A little skeptical, but intrigued. Number 5 gets very modern, collecting totally useless trivia, specifically from social media.
Right. And the source gives a perfect example. A baby kangaroo is lighter than a 1 yen coin.
Get out. Is that true?
Who knows? But the source says the reaction is the key part. That internal voice going, why? Why do I know this? It's about recognizing the sheer delightful randomness you absorb online.
Okay, that hits a little too close to home.
Uh-huh.
Number 6 is playing solo shiratori. That's the Japanese word chain game.
Yeah, like apple, easy, yellow weight, whatever. But the source suggests adding a theme, like food. So you'd go apple, eggplant, tomato, orange, something like that. The source says it sounds simple, but it actually makes you think. Forces recall, quick association. A little brain game.
A brain game disguised as wasting time. I like it. Okay, 7 is pure imagination, doing imaginary interviews.
Pretending you're a huge star, maybe. Holding a press conference, just you. The source suggests it's about just letting yourself talk, you know?
Talking to yourself, basically.
Yeah. Vocalizing thoughts, ideas, practicing thinking on your feet. But with zero pressure, it's all in your head.
Okay, professional level talking to yourself. I can get behind that one. Number 8 is personifying objects, giving things personality.
Exactly. The source gives the example of looking at scissors and deciding, okay, these scissors, definitely the calm, collected type. It just forces you to look at everyday stuff differently, doesn't it? Breaks up the monotony with a bit of imagination.
That actually sounds kind of fun. All right, number 9 seems deceptively simple, maybe impossible. Trying to blow a single tissue off your face.
Using only your breath, no hands.
Right, just puffing.
Yeah. The source says it's so simple, it's funny. And it takes weirdly intense focus and breath control. You're almost guaranteed to laugh at yourself trying. The humor is in the absurdity of concentrating so hard on that.
Okay, I might genuinely try that later. And finally, number 10 from the source. Making up lyrics for instrumental music.
Could be classical, could be video game music. The source says it doesn't matter. And the lyrics. Totally random. Like the source's example. I want ramen. Just pure, silly, creative output with absolutely no stakes.
Wow. Okay, looking back at all 10, The pattern is just how simple they all are, isn't it?
Totally. Often a bit absurd. Need basically no resources, just engaging your brain or your body in a slightly unusual, maybe funny way.
These ideas from the source really do show that sometimes the best ways to kill time, to sort of beat boredom, aren't complicated apps or anything.
It's more about tapping into a bit of creativity or maybe just embracing that inner kid who finds silly things funny. It's just about shifting your perspective a little bit.
It really is. And the source even hints there are more ideas like this, maybe even sillier ones. Which kind of makes you think, doesn't it, for you listening?
Yeah.
Based on these examples of finding fun in the simple and absurd.
Yeah, what other little silly but genuinely engaging ways could you come up with? Just by looking around using your imagination. What's your personal, hilarious way to waste time?